The night was draped in a cloak of eerie stillness as Tyler and I parked our car near the desolate beach. The moon, a ghostly galleon tossed upon cloudy seas, cast a spectral glow over the landscape. Our plan was simple, yet thrilling. A midnight swim in the secluded saltwater lagoon connected to the ocean, a place rumored to be both enchanting and unnerving. As we made our way down the deserted beach, the sound of the waves crashing in the distance was like a lullaby from the deep. The wooden jetty, old and creaking, stretched out into the darkness like the bony finger of some forgotten sea giant. "Feels like we're stepping into another world," Tyler whispered, his voice tinged with a mix of awe and apprehension. I nodded, feeling a chill that wasn't just from the night air. The lagoon, illuminated by the moon, seemed to be waiting for us, its waters a mirror to the cosmos above. We quickly changed into our bathing suits, the excitement of our secret adventure making us bold. The water was surprisingly warm, enveloping us in a velvety embrace as we swam under the moon's watchful eye. For a moment, the rest of the world vanished, and it was just the two of us in our own private paradise. But then, the tranquility shattered. A sound, strange and unsettling, sliced through the night, emanating from the dark tangle of mangroves nearby. It was a soft, sinister whisper, like a conversation in a forgotten tongue. "Did you hear that?" I gasped, my heart beginning to race. "Yeah," Tyler replied, his eyes scanning the shadowy fringes of the lagoon. "It's probably just an animal." But we both knew it was a lie. The sound was unlike any animal cry. It was otherworldly, a chilling reminder that we were not alone. As we treaded water, trying to convince ourselves to laugh it off, a sudden movement caught our eye. Something large and dark was undulating beneath the water's surface, moving towards us with purposeful intent. Panic surged through me. "Tyler, we need to get out, now!" We swam frantically towards the jetty, but the dark shape was faster, its presence looming just beneath us. Reaching the jetty, we scrambled onto the weathered wood, our breaths ragged with fear. Looking back, we saw the water churn as the shape dove deeper, disappearing into the murky depths. The strange whispering sound intensified, echoing across the lagoon as if mocking our fright. "We have to leave," I stammered, my voice barely a whisper. We hurriedly dressed, our hands trembling, the eerie whispers enveloping us. As we made our way back to the car, a loud, guttural yell pierced the night, resonating through the air and vibrating in our very bones. It was a sound of anger and warning, a primal scream from the abyss. We broke into a run, the beach a treacherous terrain of rocks and shells. Every step was agony, but fear propelled us forward. Tyler was beside me, his face etched with terror. The yell came again, closer, a sound so powerful it seemed to shake the ground beneath our feet. We didn't dare look back, our minds filled with images of monstrous creatures emerging from the depths, their eyes filled with malevolence. Reaching the car, we fumbled with the keys, our movements frantic and uncoordinated. The engine roared to life and we sped away, leaving the haunted lagoon and its secrets behind. At home, the safety of my room felt surreal. The echoes of that nightmarish yell lingered in my ears, a relentless reminder of the horror we had escaped. Sleep was a distant dream, chased away by the fear that something had followed us from the depths. The next day, the sun's rays did little to dispel the shadow that had settled over us. Tyler and I exchanged hollow looks, words unnecessary. We knew we had trespassed into a realm not meant for us, stirring something ancient and malevolent. I researched tirelessly, driven by a need to understand. The local library held tales of old, stories of a creature that dwelled in the lagoon, a guardian of the deep, wrathful and protective of its domain. It was said to be a remnant of a time long forgotten, a being that existed in the murky line between legend and reality. The more I read, the more the pieces fell into place, forming a terrifying picture. Whispers in the town spoke of disappearances over the years, of those who ventured too close to the lagoon at night and were never seen again. The locals avoided the place, respecting the ancient pact left unspoken. The lagoon was not to be disturbed. I shared my findings with Tyler, and we realized the gravity of our mistake. We had intruded upon sacred ground, awakening something that should have remained undisturbed. Nights became a torment. I would lie awake, listening to the sounds of the night, half expecting to hear that sinister whispering, or the guttural yell. My dreams, when they came, were filled with dark waters and the looming presence of something ancient. Tyler and I grew distant, each of us lost in our own spiral of fear and guilt. The lagoon had changed us, marked us in ways we couldn't understand. We were bound by our shared experience, yet isolated by our own haunting memories. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a blood-red glow across the sky, I found myself drawn back to the beach. I stood there, at the edge of the world, staring into the darkening waters of the lagoon. The water was eerily calm, but I could feel it watching me, aware of my presence. The whispering started again, a low, menacing murmur that seemed to come from the very depths of the earth. I wanted to run, to escape the chilling sound, but I was rooted to the spot, transfixed by the lagoon's hypnotic pull. Then, as quickly as it had begun, the whispering stopped. The silence was overwhelming, heavy with unspoken threats. I understood then that the lagoon was letting me go, but with a warning. We had been spared, but we were never to return. I walked back home, the weight of the lagoon's unspoken message heavy on my shoulders. Tyler and I never spoke of it again, but the experience remained with us, a dark shadow lurking in the recesses of our minds. The lagoon continued to be a whispered legend in the town, a place of mystery and fear. But for Tyler and me, it was a reminder of the night we peered into the abyss and the abyss stared back. A night when the veil between our world and something unfathomable was briefly lifted. We had encountered a guardian of the deep, a creature from the shadows of legend, and had lived to tell the tale. But the echo of its warning stayed with us, a haunting melody that played endlessly in the back of our minds, reminding us that some mysteries are best left undisturbed, hidden in the depths where they belong.